in your various studios, you mentioned earlier, like the studio isn't my identity, and I completely agree with that. But at the same time, it's sort of like an external brain, it seems like. And so could you speak a little bit about your relationship with your physical environment?
Absolutely. It's an essential part of my life. I know that it's like you said, it's an extension. It's like it is a sketchbook. It's a self-referential,
right.
Like, oh, don't forget about this, or don't forget about this, or don't forget that you have this to make this with. It gets to be a living LLM. You know? Again, it's just like this, it's like this partner that provides inspiration and space to make something, and like a bottle of whiskey if you need it. It's like it's all there and ready. I'm a super homebody. So when I hear you talk about having to like get on an airplane and like do all this stuff, like I get it, and I totally am not like I don't want to be isolated. I don't want to be siloed, but I just love being like, I'm a nester. Like I want to just
like a bird.
I am a bird. I build my nest, and sometimes it gets torn down. You got to rebuild it again. Yeah. But so I think these are just personality traits that I've figured out how to work to my benefit. I mean, there are plenty of like idiosyncratic qualities about myself that would not work if I was an accountant or something like that, or like a banker. Like this, I would be a massive failure. But instead, like my idiosyncratic qualities just align with my job somehow, and like this just works out. So
I've been called, friends will come to my studio, which in the world of this kind of bric-a-bracness in a great way, it's like very specific, but it's so clearly your brain here, like it's clearly, and I've been called a bowerbird, those birds that make these nests. It's like, look at my things, my wares, and it's It's funny because it's not materialism. It's just an ordering of the world, is the way I think of it in my world. But
I think
seems similar here. No,
it's just practical.
Yeah,
it's like I need table spaces. Yeah, I need like tools.
Chipmunks, let's go.
The chipmunks, I'm worried about them, but they're that's okay.
That's okay. We'll get through it.
Yeah.
Well, I always laugh. It's like if you take a beaver and you take them out of the woods and you put them on the 52nd floor of some building in Manhattan, guess what they're going to start doing?
Tear it down.
Yeah, they're going to try and build a dam.
Yeah.
That's what beavers do. And it's just like, if you leave small, middle, big, whatever, you're just going to start building this sort of bowerbird nest around you. It just kind of is what it is, at least for myself.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like going back to the space and the sketchbook, I mean, those two things are the same. And I like totally understand that, there are times in my life where I'm like not in the studio and the sketchbook has to become that thing. And it works. I mean, I can see a place in my life where there's just more gallivanting around the world where there's no studio and it is only a sketchbook, and that seems fun too. So, if the cards are dealt correctly, then that kind of stuff will be a nice adventure for myself.
Yeah, that's cool.